All I'm looking for is Hidayah.
Alhamdulillah, salatu wassalam ala Rasulillah. One of the things, inshallah ta'ala, we as Muslims we need to take pride in. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us 12 months, and in these 12 months, He gave us 4 Ashhur al-Hurum, we call them, the 4 sacred months. So, what is the proof? Because I myself remember having a conversation with somebody and they were saying, oh, these are the Arabic calendars. So, from the Quran itself, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes mention of in Surah At-Tawbah, in verse number 36, إن عدة الشهور عند الله 12 شهرا في كتاب الله يوم خلق السماوات والأرض منها أربعة حرم. That in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, there's 12 number of months that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has prescribed for us, ordained for us, and this is the time Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created the heaven and the earth. So this is one. And amongst that, He has 4 months of Hurum. So we start our calendar from Muharram and we end our calendar in Dhul Hijjah. So this is the first, and Dhul Hijjah is the last month of the Hijri calendar. What are the 4 months of Hurum, the sacred months? We have Dhul Qi'dah, Dhul Hijjah, Muharram, and Rajab. So what is specific about this? That Dhul Qi'dah, after Dhul Qi'dah is Dhul Hijjah in the months, and then after Dhul Hijjah, the first month of the Hijri calendar is Muharram. That is Mutataliya. These are the months right after each other, except you have the month of Rajab that is by itself, i.e. it's in the middle of all the other months. This is our calendar, brothers. So we need to understand. So when does a month start? Whenever you see Ru'yatul Hilal, when you see the crescent moon, the new month has begun, and our time starts, our dates change from Maghrib. So if it's Maghrib, the next, if for the ones who speak, a different language, they'll say Jumeirah. The ones who speak Urdu also, on Thursday night, they'll say Jumeirah, because technically the next day has come in for, i.e. Jum'ah has technically started. The day of Jum'ah has started, but we're just on the night. So this is something that we have to take into consideration. Maghrib means the next day has started for the lunar calendar. So let's just say you're in the 22nd of Dhul Hijjah and Maghrib comes in, the 23rd of Dhul Hijjah has started. So we wait for the lunar, we wait for the crescent moon to come in, and we are a time that works from Maghrib to Maghrib and not midnight to midnight. So this has to be our foundation. Now, when was the Hijri calendar established? And one of the things we have to understand, the first Hijri year is based off the Hijrah of the Prophet ﷺ. This is the year the Prophet ﷺ made Hijrah, but not the month the Prophet ﷺ made Hijrah. So the Prophet ﷺ made Hijrah in Rabi al-Awwal, but the year starts from Muharram. Why? This was an ikhtilaf. This was something that happened when Abu Musa al-Ash'ari, when he used to have correspondence with Umar ibn al-Khattab and he was the Khalifa, they didn't know what year he was referring to. So one of the things he raised a concern to Umar ibn al-Khattab, saying that we do not know, when to execute. We do not know when you receive. So there's confusion on the dates, i.e. the year itself. So when that was given, they had the months, but they didn't have the year itself. When Umar ibn al-Khattab had a shura, an istishar between the Sahaba, they had multiple suggestions, and one was that let's start the calendar year with Ramadan. And the other one was they actually finalized upon was the month of Muharram. So Muharram is our first month. It is not the month the Prophet ﷺ migrated, but it is the first month. This is an ittifaq among the Sahaba that they all agreed upon the first month of our calendar was going to be Muharram, and the year is the year the Prophet ﷺ migrated from Mecca to Medina. So this has to be our foundation. We have to give attention to our calendar. Why is this very important in our day and time? Sometimes, people don't understand when the Eid comes in. They don't understand what is this sighting of the moon. All of this, brothers, when we are ignorant about our own calendar, this is where the confusion kicks in. So we want to be well established, in understanding our calendars, understanding why we follow the moon and all of these things. Obviously, there's more details. Before the coming of Islam, the Quraysh also used to follow these 12 months, but they would play with these months. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made it very clear to us. There's 4 months, sacred months, and then we have the other months, 8 months, that is basically. And what is the meaning of Ashhur al-Hurum in our day and time? Inshallah ta'ala will make this the last point. There's ikhtilaf among the scholars that a Muslim is not supposed to engage in war during these 4 months. The ikhtilaf is it applicable to our day and time? This is where the scholars have differed, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows best. But those 4 sacred months is Rajab, Dhul Hijjah, Dhul Qi'dah, and we have Muharram. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us tawfiq in our understanding and tawfiq in when it comes to our actions. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك